Hey there. So, let's talk about the bully system that we got going on in Ohio. And I'm sure this is everywhere, but I live in Ohio and this is what's going on here right now. So, my son was a victim of bullying at his old district back in the school year of 2024. He is autistic with disabilities. So, he gets overstimulated at times. He's got routines. He was on a 504 plan, an IEP, so he needs a lot of special accommodations. And so, he was at a whole new school year this year, fourth grade. He didn't really know nobody. He was really, really nervous. He was having a rough patch at the beginning of the school year. Not really sure why, because, like I said, Adrian's very shy. He doesn't like to tell us a lot of things. It's just how he is. He likes to open up sometimes, but the bad things he doesn't want to talk about, when it came to school. He started to hate school for some reason. We didn't know why. No issues from kindergarten on to third grade. None. So our schools, teachers, your counselors, your SROs, your sheriffs, your CPS, all of them are all linked together. They all protect each other. They have each other's backs. They listen to each other. If somebody says, hey, go get involved in this home, they will. They will make false reports on people, most definitely. The school made false reports on me and my husband, saying that we were on pills, we were being irrational, multiple emails and messages, just saying we're acting crazy, basically, right? Crazy. So they took a outside situation into the school, which you cannot do. Absolutely, you cannot do that. It does not matter. Especially, if staff members live in the area and they see something and then it's like retaliation on that child because you know them from the area. You can't do that. Okay? So they pulled out my son and asked him suicidal questions and interrogated him and threatened him and confused him. He's 9 years old at the time, ADHD, autism, anxiety. Now he's been diagnosed with depression. We had to get all that, adjusted and add on new medications for him because of what happened. Well, so we dealt with that one day, and then the next day they pull him out again, the principal. And then he tells me instead my son had a self-harm shout out. So therefore he needs to go to a mental hospital. Well, let's just back it up to yesterday, right? Yesterday, the counselor told me if he wasn't autistic, then he needed to go. But since he's autistic, he didn't need to go no more, just to kind of keep out on the sides. Well, tell me how a school didn't know that my son was autistic. How is that not in your charts? Oh, it wasn't my charts. It just wasn't docked. We didn't see it. Why aren't you paying attention to your documents, to these children? These are autistic children with disabilities. And that's our staff working with them, asking them questions and telling them, if you tell anybody what I questioned you, you're going to be in trouble. And then they did it to my other kids, followed them around, let some other kid bully my daughter, and I had to write them constantly about bullying issues. It's always sticking up for, they're just being kids, they're picking on each other, it's no big deal. And that says the rest of the people in the district. They can say otherwise. There's multiple messages out there. And then every time you try to write something on the wall, on the Pataskala wall, it gets deleted. They don't want you to know we got a bully system. And not just that, the SROs might get involved bring it into the school, refuse to do a victim report because your child's not the victim. He's not the victim. So you gotta go above him. You gotta go to his lieutenant. Then you gotta go to captain. Then captain tells you to come in and do a report with someone else. Because now he can't do the report because he was already involved. I'm in Licking County, y'all. I don't know how it is y'all out there in Newark, Heath, Granville, Pataskala, Etna. How you doing out there? Because that's a huge cover-up for my son. We had a 9-month event of trauma to cover up a broken 504 plan. And my son, my children, being a target in our system. CPS even said, you seem like a target. We passed our drug test. We passed the home inspections. They still targeted us. Crazy, right?